The biggest challenge my school faces in terms of our delivery of education is probably our location and complexity. Our school is a connected community school and it's based right on the border of Queensland and New South Wales. And while rural and remote, it's a 100% Indigenous community, and it's called the FOE. The complexity of the school is extremely high. And what that means is the access to technology can be a complexity, as well as accessing staff as well at the school. So in terms of some of the barriers really, it's Wi-Fi. So a lot of the families do not have Wi-Fi at home. And then the access to technology, while the school has it, the community needs to be at a point where they actually are trusting of the school, because the history, I guess, following around the school and what happened in Aboriginal history makes it very complex as well. Okay, so in terms of trying to meet the needs of the students and their education and community needs as well, what we have done, what the department has done, is actually put in Wi-Fi for the community as well. So when you look at a heat map, there's 80% of our community has Wi-Fi technology. While this is outside the houses, it makes access. It's that bridging between home and school as well, which is really, really important as we're learning at home. The next step really is relationships. It's all about relationships and networking. So in terms of that, it's reaching out to networks from, where possibly I've worked or know people from around the state, and trying to pull in the best resources we can that directly assist our students. So it's that networking and like I said, those relationships of my students to the teachers and also the community as well. So by really, I guess, hitting that triangle and developing those relationships and knowing what support do people actually need and what can we do as a school to try and help them. Okay, so some of the student learning things we're trying to achieve, I guess, would be certainly, I speak very, very highly of the COVID ILSP people. They Zoom into our school multiple times per week, or should I say, not obviously using Zoom, and that really helps. So what they've got is they've got quality teachers which are ready to learn. They target exactly where the students are at, because while the school is quite small, they're at very, very different levels, like most schools, but unfortunately often on the lower side at this stage. And what the COVID teachers do, they also then bring in the personal interests of the kids, be it a motorbike, shopping at Westfields, all those sorts of things, and embracing obviously culture as well, targeting exactly what those kids need. Some of the other programs too, which we've been looking at now, is it's called Edu Metaverse, and what that is, it's this online sort of AI platform where the kids come in, and it's done on country. So the kids go with a camera, they film 360 degrees, and then from that we create a world, and then they go in as a class and work together, either solving something or just learning about the actual area on country that surrounds our school. In terms of a great example would be, we speak about inquiry-based learning, project-based learning and things like that in schools, but when you make it real to the students, where they are and what's really important to them, it makes it new level. And so one example would have been a couple of years ago was a student who had made it to the regional level in athletics, pretty sure it's 200 meters. And so what we did as a class, the class actually got out there with their iPads and we're filming this kid run. And obviously we were, number one, timing, that was the first thing. The next step we'd break it down, okay, well, how come this time it was faster than last time? What was it? And they were actually going back and looking at the recording and going, oh, wow, okay. And what we then did is we then research, or help them research, there's the acceleration, there's a deceleration, there's a maintenance of speed, and all this really cool stuff. And we're talking, these kids are in year 3 and year 4. And it was new level learning and trying to help this kid try and achieve their absolute best. And that to me was really exciting and innovative learning. And they steered it. They completely steered it from breakdown to going, okay, you're slow between here and here, and how about you try this? And yeah, that was really exciting to see. I know I'll get the title wrong, but in terms of my favorite thing from today's event, it was something along the lines of the re-imaging of schools for the future, because we did learn so much. I was an inner city school for one bout of COVID, and then a second bout of COVID was in a rural and remote school. And obviously seeing the two of those was quite different and challenging as a leader. But in terms of what we see now with the department being ready and prepared, doesn't matter where you are, the access to technology is second to none, and then also the programming. And what I love about things like the Learning from Home program that they have ready for teachers to use it just means we can actually focus on the actual teaching as opposed to developing the lesson plans. And I know that the topic was a lot bigger than that, but it's beautiful to see that we are better prepared and better ready. And the idea is we just keep getting better.